Hello, my name is David Fields and you're watching Survival Reality. Today's vlog is actually a book recommendation, two books actually. The book is entitled 1 Second After, written by William Fosrtchen, who is a New York Times best-selling author who wrote this book called 1 Second After. And this book was cited on the floor of Congress as a book all Americans should read. A book discussed in the corridors of the Pentagon as a truly realistic look at the dangers of EMPs. Now, an EMP, if you're aware, is an electromagnetic pulse that could be created from a solar flare or from the explosion of a nuclear warhead a couple hundred miles up in the Earth's atmosphere. And an EMP would knock out all electronics in an area which one over the central United States, the right-sized bomb, could knock out the power grid for the whole United States, or the majority of it. It would knock out all communications, all transportation. Vehicles wouldn't run anymore if they were electronic ignition type vehicles. So it's a key and critical threat that the U.S. faces here. But Fosrtchen wrote this book as a fictional story, and the story I wanted to get to bring it up here is about a man named John Matherson and his survival and leading his community after the days of this EMP. I found it very interesting that the community he lived in, and the author actually lives in and works at, is Black Mountain, North Carolina. Now, Black Mountain is about 12-15 miles east of Asheville, North Carolina, right there along the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Blue Ridge Mountains near Mount Mitchell. Well, I grew up as a kid spending a week each summer at the YMCA camp, Blue Ridge Encampment, there in Black Mountain, so I'm very familiar with the area. And the book talks about they turned with the deaths they had, that talked about burying them at the golf course. Well, I played that golf course. Incidentally, it's the only par 6 hole I ever played in my life. They have a hole there, I forget which one it is. It was a little over 700 yards long, and it was a par 6. So that was very interesting. So the story, I really related to the location because I spent a lot of time in Asheville and Black Mountain in that area. But anyway, the story is about this community of Black Mountain and their attempt to survive after this EMP shut down all power, communications, transportation, and the like. But what really spurred me to the book was the foreword, and who wrote the foreword to the book, and it was Newt Gingrich. And I want to read you the opening paragraph of his foreword. Newt wrote, "Though this book is a work of fiction, it is also a work of fact, perhaps a future history that should be thought-provoking and, yes, even terrifying for all of us. I know this from personal study across decades of the very real threat to American security that is posed by this particular weapon that Bill Fosrtchen writes about in 1 Second After." Now, there's actually, this book is 1 Second After, and it chronicles the first year after the EMP, and then he wrote a sequel to it 1 year after that takes up from 1 year on for the next year or so, 18 months I believe it is. And there's supposed to be a third book in this series that is to come out in January, continuing the story of this community and their survival after the EMP. But I want you to just seriously consider looking at it. The book, I think I got it for $5.99 on my iPad off of Amazon, so you can get it in digital format if you've got a Kindle, an iPad, and go to Amazon, something like that, and get the book. But it's a very good read. It's well written. It's a great story, and it'll open your eyes and make you think about a true survival reality and a realistic event we could face here in the U.S. Thank you for watching. My name is David Fields, and you're watching Survival Reality on Field Skills.